The Best Laid Plan by Cameron Lund. Read by Bluebell.
Chapter 2. Daniel straightens back up, smiling like she's chased at a home game, and we're all holding signs with her name on them. It's like the Madonna song is just her entrance music. I follow behind her the rest of the way down the stairs, hoping that nobody has made the connection between the song and me. How it's my entrance music too. At the bottom of the stairs, Ava barrels over to us, grabbing Danielle possessively by the arm. Ava's tiny, more than boobs than body. With pale freckly skin, she keeps perfectly tan even in winter, due to a passion for tinted coconut body lotion. Her hair was red once upon a time, but last year, she started dyeing it different colors to match the holidays. Right now, it's a faded pink from Valentine's Day, and it looks just like the cotton candy they make down by the lake in the summer. She is wearing the same bright red lipstick as Daniel, her ears decked in the same silver studs, and in her hand is the same matching purple phone case. It's a uniform that makes things clear. Even if we're technically friends, I'll never be able to penetrate their two-person club. Sometimes, I think she and Daniel are so used to being exactly the same, that dyeing her hair is the only way Ava can think of to stand apart. Her one tiny rebellion. Did you seriously just hook up with Chase? Ava tugs on Daniel's arm. Everyone says you slept with him. Everyone says. Daniel repeats, her mouth twisted. So it must be true. Ava tugs harder. I've got it from here, she says to me. And then they walk away, whispering to each other in low voices I can hear. Suddenly, I'm overwhelmed again by the need to hide. I take a hesitant sip of what's left on my beer, just for something to do. It tastes like warm pea. Parties have always been Andrew's thing, not mine. And I don't know how he's so good at convincing me to come to them. Not when I'd rather be 10 hours deep in a Netflix binge. I scan the room for him, or for Hannah, or somebody, but I'm too short to see over the crowd. I'm going to kill Andrew for throwing me a birthday party and then leaving me to fend for myself. Come on, Collins, he whined earlier when I insisted it was a bad idea. We've spent all your birthday together. Can't stop now. It's true. Andrew was there the day I was born. Before, actually. Our moms became friends in LeMay's class, so we've been stuck with each other forever. Andrew's birthday was last week, and his parents took us out for dinner at Giovanni's. Not really the birthday adventure he had in mind. So now that they're out of town, I'm stuck with this. I walk into the kitchen, narrowly avoiding jarred Price, who's puking into the trash can. There are cups and dirty plates scattered all over the Formica counter. Andrew promised to get me pizza if I agreed to the party. And now, the Bessons litter the kitchen, covered in straw crusts and congealed cheese. I gather up the dishes and put them in the sink, lathering up the sponge with soap and water. Please tell me you're not cleaning right now. Andrew slings an arm around my shoulder and pulls me into a quick hug. He's always reminded me a little of a golden retriever, a smiling floppy mess of sandy hair and freckles. Sometimes I swear I can see him wagging his tail. I just thought I'd get a head start. I pick up a red plastic cup and run it under the faucet. Andrew whacks it out of my hand, splashing us both. His flannel shirt is already so rumpled, it's like he's been rolling around in it, which he probably has, with some girl or other. Gross. No cleaning on your birthday, he says. House rules. Besides, this is a red Solo cup. It's disposable. Don't let it hear you say that. You might hurt its feelings. I glance across the room to where Daniel is standing, surrounded by a gaggle of junior girls. Do you think she'll be okay? Andrew follows my gaze. She's Daniel Oliver. She thrives off attention. Things couldn't have worked out better for her if she'd planned it. I think about my conversation with her upstairs, how she made me promise not to tell. I just feel bad. If it were me, she's not you. He loops an arm around my back again. Thank God. You think I would have stuck around here for 18 years? I let him lead me over to the fridge. I got you those stupid watermelon drinks you like. Did you see them? He pulls out a pink frosted glass bottle and I grab it from him with joy. And you're telling me now? I've been trying to drink the stale pee all night. I motion to the keg, sitting on a pile of dirty bitch towels in the corner. Thanks to Andres Casson, who turned 21 a few years ago and has been supplying our booze ever since. I'm just trying to toughen you up a little, he says. Someday, you're going to find yourself out in the wild. Maybe at a party with a host who isn't so charming or thoughtful. And there won't be any stupid watermelon drinks and you'll think of yourself, thank God Andrew Reed taught me how to drink beer. He motions toward the egg. But you're right, this tastes like pee. Steele, he reaches over and pours himself a cup. That's when one of our juniors spills away from Daniel and comes up to us, touching Andrews lightly on the shoulder. Cecilia Brooks is always lightly touching people's shoulders. It's like she's mastered some sort of a secret code. I know for a fact Tim Schneider always does her trig homework when she asks, which is the kind of powerful I wish I could be. Hi, Drew. She tucks a strand of curly blonde hair behind one ear and smiles, revealing 2 rows of perfectly white teeth. Cecilia's parents are dentists. Hey, Cecilia, he says. I've been looking for you. His casual line. Party Andrew has a different personality than a regular Andrew. He always gets away cheesier when he's around girls, and somehow it works. Andrew upgrades girlfriend like he's upgrading iPhones. No, you haven't. She laughs and slaps him lightly on the chest. You're such a liar. He's been talking about you all night. I improvise, trying to help him out. I can't get him to shut up about it. Andrew steps down on my foot, indicating perhaps I've gone a bit overboard. Cecilia turns reluctantly to me. Oh, hi, Killy. Then her eyes go wide. Oh my gosh, is that a watermelon breezer? Her hand comes up to rest once more on Andrew's shoulder. I love those. I want Andrew to be above it. No straight boy, it seems. He's immune to the magical touch of Cecilia Brooks, especially not Party Andrew. Yeah, do you want one? I bought plenty. Really? You're so sweet. Shoulder touch. I'm glaring at him, clutching my watermelon breezer with 2 hands, as if somehow his pathetic pandering will cause it to slip from my grasp, sprout little wings, and fly into hers. He grabs a frosted pink bottle from the fridge and cracks it open, handing it to her. She takes a sip, glossy lips resting in just the right way on the mouth of the bottle. So, Drew, I came here with Susie, right? Cecilia says, but she might be too drunk to drive. She's had like way too many shots of Russ Barris Smirnoff. Do you think, are people staying over here tonight? Do you think we could crash here? Shoulder touch. You can definitely sleep here, Andrew says, and Cecilia beams at him. I can practically see the hearts in her eyes. I know he's lost to me for the night, along with the rest of the watermelon breezers. So I finish my drink and set it down on the counter, ready for the next move. We've been here before and I know my lines. I'm gonna go find Hannah. I'll see you guys later. I wave and walk into the dining room. Andrew chases after me, leaving Cecilia behind. Hey, you can take my bed tonight, okay? Aren't you two going to need it? It's your birthday. You're not coaching it. He grins. Besides, we can take the guest room, or the shower. Please don't put gruesome image in my head, I say, hitting him on the shoulder in a not so delicate way. Come on, there's nothing gruesome about a shower. This isn't Psycho. We discovered Hitchcock when we were 12, stumbling upon a DVD of Strangers on a train at the local video store. We watched it on the fuzzy TV in his basement, bringing down our sleeping bags to spend the night and pretending we weren't scared. This led to a slew of basement movie marathons and the infamous time I peed my pants during The Birds. Now, whenever we see seagulls at the beach or flocks of geese in the sky, he always says something infuriating about the air smelling like pee. Andrew breaks into an impish smile, the corner of his mouth growing crooked. He motions back towards Cecilia, his voice low. Tonight, we'll be strangers on a drain. Oh, stop. I can't wait to check out her rear window, if you know what I mean. I've got some brads for you, I love, flipping both my middle finger at him. Andrew waggles his eyebrows. Tonight, I'm gonna show her my Hitchcock, my favorites! Hannah crashes into us then, pulling both of us into a tight hug. Are you guys seriously doing Hitchcock puns? If I didn't love you both so much, I would hate you right now. Hannah's grip is surprisingly strong because she's been playing field hockey since 6th grade and has the muscles to prove it. A hug that almost hurts is a Hannah Joy specialty. Oh no, Andrew says, pulling out of her grasp. If you don't think we're funny, then who will? That's why you have each other, she says, laughing and brushing the long bangs out of her eyes. Hannah has shampoo commercial hair, black and thick and bouncy. She's gorgeous, which doesn't do me any favor, considering I spend most of my time standing next to her. Actually, he's ditching me. I lower my voice, nodding my head back toward the kitchen. Cecilia is still there, whispering now with Susie Palmer, her arms folded. Hannah flashes under a wicked smile. Oh, are you and Cecilia Brooks going to do each other? Yeah, probably in the shower, I say with a grimace. I just tried way too much about it. Hannah laughs. If anyone can handle all the glory details, it's you. We're not going to do each other, as you so beautifully put it, Andrew says, although offended. Besides, it's your birthday, Collins, so if you want to hang out instead. He trails off, and I can tell he's waiting for me to give him permission to ditch me. I should be annoyed, but it's not like I didn't know this would happen before the party even started. Don't let me hold you back from love. He scratches his nose. You sure? Hannah and I wrote you this birthday rap and we haven't gotten the chance to. That sounds excruciating. I laugh, practically shoving him away from me. Just go. If you keep ignoring her and talking to us, you'll miss your chance. I can feel Cecilia's glare from here, like it's a physical touch. I have Hannah and leftover pizza. Okay, cool, Andrew says. And I'm not ignoring her. You know, I'm giving her time to miss me. He turns back to Cecilia then, flashing his stupid party Andrew smile. And like always, it works. She comes into the dining room, sliding an arm through the crook of his elbow. So Andrew, I need a partner for beer pong. Want to play? She begins to pull him as if he's already answered her question. And he lets her drag him away. I'll see you two later, okay? Have fun, kids. I wave and he calls back to me. My sheets have brads on them, Collins, so try not to wet the bed. I flip him off again, and hear his laugh as he leaves the room. He's disgustingly good at that, Hannah says. I don't know why we're friends with him. We're enablers, I agree. I know Andrew appreciates our help with girls, and if I asked for his help with guys, he would do the same for me. It just hasn't ever happened. Guys don't come up to me at parties and magically touch my shoulder. Before I can help it, an image flashes through my mind. of Daniel and Chase naked and tangled together on the bed, and I feel like a little sick. I look around the party and tried to imagine who I would approach if I could. Who I would let lead me into the master bedroom like Daniel did. It occurs to me suddenly that I could do it. I could try to lose my virginity tonight, right now, on my 18th birthday, and then it would be over. But there's nobody here I want that way. Not Chase. Who knows? He's the best-looking guy in our class and acts like it. Not Jason Ryder, who acts even worse. Not Edwin Chong, who everyone knows is in love with Molly Moy. Or Jarrett Bryce, who is pretty much always high. Definitely not Andrew, who is basically my brother and currently wrapped up around Cecilia like a winter scarf, whispering into her ear as she wriggles in his arms. I've known them all for too long, since they used to pick their noses, have fighting competitions, eat melted crayons and glue. It's hard to look past that now. I think for the millionth time about how college will be different. Once I'm out of nowhere, Vermont, once I get to the city and can walk down the street and be surrounded by strangers for the first time in my life, people who don't all look and act exactly the same, who won't know my parents or what I was like when I was 10, won't think of me as Andrew's mess friend, as the girl Daniel tolerates, the least cool one allowed at the lunch table. I shake my head and loop my arm around Hannah's. Andrew said I've got dibs on his beds. Want to share the room with me? Yes. Thank God, I've been trying to find a spot to sleep for a while, but everyone's claiming them. I tried to take the couch in the office and Sophie practically murdered me. Here's the thing about parties in the middle of nowhere. There's no such things as Uber, and you'd be an idiot to drive drunk, especially with the snow. So everyone spends the night. It's like one giant alcohol-infused sleepover. Hannah and I head up the stairs, passing a wall of framed pictures from Andrew's childhood. Pictures I've seen a million times and I'm mostly in. Andrew and me on Halloween dressed as Ghostbusters, fistful of candy in our tiny hands. Andrew and me in a middle school, bland and skinny with braces and acne. The height of our awkward face. Hannah taps her finger on one as we pass. Andrew's 10th birthday. When he and I got in a mad fight. We're smiling at the camera, completely splattered. She grins. Think everyone has already seen this, or is there still time to hide them? It's too late. I can't even tell which kid you are. I know she's joking. But she's got a point. I look exactly like a boy here. But there's no use hiding the past. If I can remember everyone picking their noses, chances are everyone remembers me like this too. I spent all of my elementary school with Andrew. I didn't see the need to make any other friends. Not when Andrew and I biked at the same pace and could quote all the Star Wars movie by heart. Even the prequels. My mom warned me of the dreaded Gootey face, of the day Andrew would change and decide he couldn't be my friend. But it didn't happen. Puberty hit and we somehow stayed friends. There were uncomfortable years, sure. I remember being the only girl at Andrew's 13th birthday pool party, and being terrified to strip down to my bathing suit, wanting desperately to join in the cannonball contest, but worrying my suit would fly off, or my period would start. I remember posing for pictures with him at family gatherings, our parents casually telling us to get close together, and me not being able to breathe from the awkwardness of it. I remember the time Andrew invited me over in 7th grade, and I showed up in my pajamas, not expecting a bunch of other boys to be there. Cute boys from our class. And I was so mad he hadn't warned me that I didn't speak for him for 3 days. And then, there was Andrew's first case, with Sophie Poznarski. At the 8th grade dance, he pulled me outside the cafeteria to tell me, his face a confusing mixture of excitement and embarrassment. Was this kind of conversation okay? Could we talk about these things? Was it too weird? During those turbulent, traumatic years of frizzy hair and braces, when Andrew and I were still testing the waters, trying to figure out how to relate to each other, when he was always surrounded by other boys, and every time I tried to talk to another boy, it felt like a hard clay in my mouth. It was a mercy I met Hannah. She was cooler than I was, and friends with Daniel and Ava. Girls who are 13 years old, already look like Instagram models. She invited me to sit with her at lunch, rescuing me from tomboy obscurity and the vulgar conversation of middle school boys. I was worried my new group of friends would make things different with Andrew, that he'd feel weird or left out that I had a new best friend besides him. But I should have known better. The first time I hung out with both Andrew and Hannah, they bonded over a mutual obsession with Harry Potter. And soon, the three of us were inseparable. They're both Gryffindors, of course, and even though I'm a Hufflepuff, they say they love me anyway. At the top of the stairs, we see Molly Moy making out with Edwin Chung. The two of them, leaning against the door to the hall closet, like they might try to climb inside. Edwin still has a bottle of beer in his hand, and it's seriously close to spilling, because he's trying to hold it steady and grope Molly's ass at the same time. Hannah is friends with Molly from field hockey. So, we've hung out enough times for me to know that Edwin and Molly getting together like it's a momentous occasion. But for some reason, I don't feel like celebrating. Is everyone in this house in heat? I muttered under my breath, walking over to take the bottle of Edwin's hand and setting it down on the hall table, on top of a magazine so it won't leave a ring. He barely even notices, just gives me a quick thumbs up, which I return, because I'm trying to act like I'm cool with everything. We edge by them into Andrew's room, and once the door closes, I relax. The place is a mess, but it's a mess that I can clean up. The floor is strewn with laundry, and the bedsheets, green with flying ducks, are unmade and rumpled. Against one wall is the old couch I usually sleep on when I stay over. Hannah plops down on it while I sit on the bed, throwing her an extra blanket. "So what happened?" she asked. I was in a basement and I heard everyone's cheering. So I tell her about Daniel, and the crowd, and the Madonna song. The word unfuckable, loud over everything else, as sharp as a blade. It's just so typical. I took off my woolly socks and flopped back on the bed. This place sucks. I'm going to USC for college, in California, which everyone thinks is crazy. But I need to be somewhere completely new. I'm sick of Prescott. The snow, the ice, the wind, so cold sometimes it feels like it's actually eating you. All I know is I want to make movies. Environment is pretty bleak on that front. All we have are writers, snowboarders, and serial killers. Hannah is going to NYU to study art, and Andrew is going to Johns Hopkins because, even though he hides it well, he's freakishly smart. Johns Hopkins is a Baltimore, which is 2,646 miles from Los Angeles, which is 2,777 miles from New York. I've been locked it up. Next year, we'll just be 3 distant dots on a map. That's the scariest part. I'm ready to get the hell out of Prescott, but I'll never be ready to leave them. So we need to make the next few months count. All that's left are the moments. The big memories we'll look back on. The ones that will matter when we talk about high school 20 years from now. When school ends in June, the three of us have a plan to blast "Free Bird" from Andrew's truck speakers and point our middle fingers to the sky as we zoom out of the parking lot. One final fuck you to everyone and everything else. I already have it planned out in my head. Can picture the rest of the school year like the frames of a movie. Next year, everything will finally be different, Hannah says. I can't wait to get out of here. Hannah is Korean. One of only 3 Asian kids in the entire school. And I know it's part of the reason she's excited to move to New York. Her parents actually met at NYU, then moved here from the city when she was 5. And she's been talking about going back ever since, living in some bohemian artist loft. I mean, I get it. New York is vibrant and exciting and diverse. Vermont is one big ball of crunchy white granola. Prescott is the most depressing place on earth, I say. But I'm glad you're stuck here with me. I'm so happy you were born, birthday girl, Hannah says. And I'm happy Andrew exists too. He's one of the good ones. He gave us this room I love. I've been using him for his bed this whole time. I actually don't think Andrew would mind you using him for his bed, Hannah says, wiggling her eyebrows. You're disgusting. I make a fake gagging noise like I'm in a kindergarten. Hannah has been joking about Andrew and me getting together since middle school, but it's never going to happen. You know, Hannah frowns. I really thought Chase was a good guy too. I bet he didn't mean to tell everyone about Daniel. You know how Ryder is. He probably punched it out of him or something. I'm not sure if she actually believes that she's saying or if she's only trying to convince herself. Hannah has always tried to see the best in people, even when they don't deserve it. I pull back Andrew's sheet and climb under them, not bothering to change. Hannah tucks herself in under her blanket. We lie still for a few seconds, looking up at the glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling, and then I hear Hannah's voice, soft and muffled. It kinda reminds me of Charlie. I roll over to face her, propping my chin up on my hand. Cheating asshole Charlie, as he is more commonly called, broke up with Hannah mere days after they first slept together. Turns out he was also sleeping with Julie Spencer the whole time. I know being in Andrew's room sometimes make Hannah think about Charlie because this is where we spent the night after they broke up. Andrew looked up how to play all the best power breakup songs on his guitar, and his scream sang along to them off-pitch and the top of her lungs. You're a Gryffindor and he's a squib, Andrew told him. You'll remember that. He's not a squib, Hannah said. He's a fucking Death Eater. What Chase did is bad, but it's not the same, I say now, needing to believe it for Daniel's sake. She'll get over it. She'll be okay because she doesn't. I'll trail off but Hannah finishes the sentence for me. Love him? Yeah. Sex and love are supposed to go together, she says. But anyone who falls in love is screwed. She reaches up to switch off the light. Falling in love with a high school boy is the single stupidest thing you can do. I wake up a little later when I feel a weight pressed down the mattress beside me. Turning toward it, I crack open an eye and see Andrew sitting on the edge of the bed, his hair sticking up in all directions. He's got my purse in his hand, and when he sees me he drops it, the contents spilling out at his feet. Sorry, he says. I tripped on it. He reaches down to stuff everything back in, then lies down next to me. What time is it? I whisper, my voice hoarse from sleep. He glances at his phone, the light from the screen bright in the dark room. 4:30. Where's Cecilia? Basement. We were trying to sleep on the couch down there, but there wasn't enough space. I kept sliding onto the floor. I bruised my elbow. He holds it out for me to see. So you just left her? It's your birthday, he says, like this is an explanation. You're an asshole. No way. He slings a heavy arm on me. I'm the best. No, get off. I roll away from him so that I can practically falling off the other side of the bed. There's a noise from the couch and Hannah turns away from us, snuggling deeper into the cushions. Shh, Andrew says loudly, slinging his arm back over me. No, you've got your Cecilia over you. We showered, remember? I'm clean as a whistle. He lets out a soft whistle, as if this somehow proves his point. Why but let him keep his arm on me. Too tired to give him any real protest. His phone buzzes, and he lifts it back off the pillow. the light of the screen blinding us both when he clicks it on. Love poem from Cecilia? I whisper. Oh dearest Andrew, oh captain, my captain, why did you leave me all alone on the couch in the basement? I can't see his face very well but can practically feel him rolling his eyes. She'll be fine, Collins. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a pair of tortoise-shell glasses with big, thick frames. Glasses I've always thought make him look sort of like someone's grandpa. He always keeps them tucked away in his pocket, only potting them when it's extremely necessary, like he finds them embarrassing. I scoot closer so I can read the text with him. It's not from Cecilia after all, but from Susie Palmer, Cecilia's friend, the one who had like way too many shots and couldn't drive. Are you asleep? I'm alone in the guest room if you want to find me. She realizes, you just did her best friend, right? I ask. I'm not gonna answer her. He clicks the phone off so the screen goes black. My eyes take a second to adjust to the dark, and for a moment I can't make out the shape of his face next to me on the bed. Then slowly his glasses come into focus. Really? You sound surprised, he says, voice soft. I'm not that big of an asshole. Or you just have a massive crush on Cecilia and you don't want to mess it up. I say, grinning. I get it. It's because her conversation is so stimulating. He smiles, and I shove him, rolling away and closing my eyes. I'm used to the side of Andrew now, Party Andrew, who hooks up with girls like it's no big deal, joking about taking cold showers like it's something we all do. In comic books, superheroes have this big moment, a spider bite or a puddle of radioactive goo, that turns them from someone normal into something extraordinary. But Andrew changed from Peter Parker into Spider-Man slowly. So slowly I didn't notice while it was happening. The years morphing him from the gangly kid, all hands and feet and freckles, into someone girls find cute. Someone with power over girls like Cecilia Brooks and Susie Palmer. And with great power comes great responsibility. So I try my best to keep him in check, to keep him from becoming super douche. Still, I can't help thinking about how he's so much farther along than I am. It's like everyone else in school is competing to beat each other's high scores, and I'm still trying to put the batteries in my controller. Good night, Drootbag, I say into the dark, but he's already asleep and he answers me with a loud drunken snore.
That's the end of chapter 2. Stay tuned for chapter 3.